well, since I'm already out here and already filming, might as well make another video, right? Just look at these waves, dude. Can you see them? Let's see, I'm gonna see if you can see them. Yeah, you can. These waves are kind of like your life. They just keep passing by, and then they wash up on the shore there. And a lot of it goes back into the water. So that's why it's kind of like your life, but a good portion of it stays there on the shore. And then it dries up. And then what happens once it dries up? It's gone forever. It's gone forever. That's kind of like your life, right? Time passes by, time goes by, and then once it goes by, you can't get it back. It's not like money where you can just spend it and then get some more back. Once you spend it, it's gone. So make sure that you're spending it the right way, right? So a whole bunch of different ways to spend your time. You could spend it at work. You could spend it working towards a goal. You could spend it partying. You could spend it turning up. You could spend it going cray-cray. You could spend it on a hobby. You could spend it with your spouse or your significant other. You could spend it out here making videos. You could spend it going to school, right? There's a whole bunch of different ways you can spend your time. But obviously we all just want to have fun all the time. Everything's a party, right? We just always want to have a good time. I mean, who doesn't want to? You know what I mean? But at a certain point, I think, especially if you're trying to attain a certain level of success, you're going to have to go through a period of time where you're not necessarily doing everything that you want to do all the time. Hold on, I'm going to dunk myself. Woo! Just got a fresh haircut. I just got a new case on here, by the way. I'm a little scared to take it underwater. I'm like, dude, if this thing leaks, that's it for my camera. So I don't think I'm going to take it underwater, but anyways, when you set this goal, right? And you're working towards it, you're going to be doing a lot of things that you don't want to do. And people are like, oh, well, it's so hard to be successful. And I agree, it's totally hard to be successful. But it's also hard to not be successful, right? Imagine making, imagine being one of those people that works at McDonald's and you're like pissed off that you're not making $15 an hour because you can't pay your bills. You can't go get a nice car. You can't live in a nice place. You can't buy your kids what they want for Christmas or their birthday. Then you start putting things on credit cards and you start digging the credit hole. Get yourself in credit prison, you know what I mean? And then what do? Once you're in credit prison, then you blame the credit company. Dude, it's not the credit company's fault. It's your fault, right? And super important to take responsibility for your actions and the outcomes of your life. And like I said, not everything is going to be fun. Not everything's going to be a party. Not everything is just going to be a blast. But if you endure that period, that 5-year period, that 10-year period, whatever it is, to achieve that financial goal, to get that degree, to do whatever you need to do, to move up to the next level, to level up, I promise you, you'll be so happy that you did that. You'll be so happy that you made those sacrifices. But if you don't do that, then you'll be pointing your finger at everybody else. But until you look in the mirror and you just point your finger at yourself and be like, dude, I didn't get up on time. I didn't say no to going out. I didn't say no to drinking. I didn't say yes to going to school. I didn't say yes to going to the job interview. I didn't go to the career fair. I didn't go to whatever. I didn't fix up my resume. Blah, blah, blah. The story goes on and on, right? Until you do that, yeah, of course, you're going to hate the credit card company. You're going to hate the guys on Wall Street. You're going to hate all these people. Probably not your doctor though, right? But you're gonna hate all these people that endured the pain. It's not easier for them. I mean, maybe financially it's easier for them. Maybe they came from a wealthy family, and so the financial aspect of it is easier for them, and I can understand that. It's definitely an additional burden on a lot of people is the financial, but like that should be like a clue. That should be like a, hey, this is a problem I need to address. I need to fix it. I don't need to put it off and ignore it, and then it's going to continue to happen to me, and then in the future when I have kids, it's going to happen to my kids, because I'm not going to have the money to support them and help them get through school or help them do the things that they want to do or that they need to do to become successful, right? And so dude, it's not the credit card company's fault. Sorry about that. It's honestly your fault, And I'm not saying like you're a bad person or like anything like that, or you're weak, or you're whatever. You're just misguided. Like I was misguided. I still am kind of misguided, but I'm starting to find clarity and figure out how this thing works. And let me tell you, dude, I don't always get to do the things that I want to do. I do a lot of things that I don't want to do. And I can see the positive. Okay, I guess there's negative and positive things going on. So the negative is I'm doing things I don't want to do, right? And so I'm not getting to spend as much time with people that I want to spend time with, not getting to go out with friends as much, not getting to like go out and do all that, you know what I mean? And go boating. One day I will though. See, that's why I'm doing it, because one day I'll be the guy that owns the boat. I'll be the guy providing the party, right? And to me, that's important. I want to own my own stuff. You know, I don't want to have to rely on people all the time. You know, like I want to be in control. I want to be the boss. I want to be the boss. I am the boss. That's how you got to start thinking though. You are the boss, right? Everybody's an entrepreneur, okay? Everybody is an entrepreneur of their own life. Now you don't have to go start a business to be an entrepreneur, because you are a business, okay? Your life is like a business. If you sleep in all the time, which I had a major problem with, I don't anymore. You know, wake up at 5:30 or 6 now. Sometimes I wake up at 5:30 and go run 2 miles. Just 6 months ago, I would have never in a million years thought that I was gonna be waking up at 5:30 to run 2 miles before work at 7. I never would have thought that, but I'm like, you know what? There's other people that do it, and a lot of the other people that do it are pretty successful, so I'm gonna try it. If I don't like it, then I'll just stop doing it. But you know what? I tried it, and I can already tell that after trying it, just like regular, like hitting the gym and working out kind of thing, this, now me waking up at 5:30 to go, I'm gonna go do it tomorrow morning, right? Before I go to San Francisco. Probably wake up at 6:30 and go do it, not 5:30, because I don't have to be at work at 7. But it's a weekend, and I'm choosing to wake up at 6:30 a.m. to go run 2 miles before I, go start my day. But it just becomes a discipline of your life, and it gets to a point where you feel bad or gross, or like people like don't wear their watch and they're like, oh, I feel naked. You feel like that if you don't go practice these disciplines, because you built them up and instilled them into your character. So anyways, like I'm saying, these waves, they're just like your life, dude. They're gonna wash up on the shore, and it's gonna all dry up, and then, this isn't gonna be gone probably, but your life is. So start thinking of that, dude. I get it. You want to have fun. I want to have fun. But I'm telling you, if you go through the period of 5 or 10 years of like buckling down and doing a whole bunch of things you don't really want to do, I promise you, the way you're going to be living in 5 to 10 years from now is going to be on a completely different level than the way you're living right now, okay? People are going to start telling you, oh, you're so lucky, you're this, you're that, and you're going to say, okay, if that's what you think. I've been working on this thing for 10 years, dude. You want to call it luck? Call it luck. I call it meticulous planning and intentional action, okay? So anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Just remember, wave, dry up, gone, set a goal, work hard to achieve it, still go out, have a good time, whatever. Getting kind of cold in the water. Anyways, you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend, and try doing something like this sometime. Have a good one. Thanks for your time.
Tonight we're coming alive. And our hands will touch the sky. Tonight